Hello and welcome to iNetwork Experts. My name is Bipul. I'll be your instructor for CCNA routing and switching course. So today our topic is what is LAN network and what is WAN network. So let's have a look. LAN is locally situated network where users are connecting to switch, server is connecting to switch, printer or IP phone also connecting to the switch. So local area network means the network which is situated uh, locally in the local building. Okay, and this is also a local area network. Okay, so I'm giving an example. Company ABC has two different branch offices. One branch office is in Kolkata, another branch office is in Delhi. Okay. So this is the local area network of Kolkata. This is local area network of Delhi. So two or more different local area network is connecting by WAN, wide area network. Wide area network mainly connecting two or more different local area network, and it is just used to exchange the information between different branch offices. So here in this scenario, we can see local area network of Kolkata is this. Here, user is sitting here. He or she may be using computer or laptop, which is connecting to the switch. Okay, this is IP phone, which is also connecting to the switch. This is server, which is also connecting to the switch. Now, switch is connecting to the router. So this portion of the network will be the local area network, and this router also belongs to the local area network because this is also locally located. Okay, it is installed locally within the building of Kolkata, and this router also connect located in the building which is in Delhi. Okay, so this is Delhi's local area network. This is Kolkata's local area network. Now these two local area network will be connecting via WAN, wide area network. So wide area network connection is basically we have to buy from the service provider because we cannot lay cable from Kolkata to Delhi because we do not have a permission. But service provider, they already laid cable from city to city. They have already laid cable enter country. Okay, so whenever we need any kind of wire connection, we have to contact service provider. In India, we have a service provider, Airtel. We have a service provider, Reliance. We have Tata. Okay, so these are all really big chain service provider in India. They have just laid underground cable city to city. Okay, so when we need to connect two or more different location or different local area network, we have to take help from the service provider. Then service provider will provide the WAN connection and we have to pay for it. Okay, so this WAN connection will be provided by the service provider. This local area network is the network which is situated locally within the building. So that is basically local area network, and two or more different local area network will be connected via WAN, and WAN service will be provided by service provider. Local area network, which is LAN, wide area network, which is WAN. Okay, so these two are main different part of the network. Okay, and uh, through the WAN link, we can exchange the information between two local LANs. Okay, so Kolkata user can send some information to Delhi user. Delhi user can send some information to the Kolkata user over the WAN connection. So WAN connection basically terminated on the router. So we need two routers for two LAN. Okay, so Kolkata has a router here, Delhi has a router here. So these two routers is connecting via WAN link. So WAN is connecting two or more different local area network. Okay. So local area network and WAN, wide area network, is the main two part for network. Okay. Excellent. Now, in the next section, I will introduce with the some of the components we need to set up our network. This is basically patch cord. Sometimes we call it Cat5 cable. Sometimes we call it Ethernet cable. Sometimes call it patch cord, RJ45 cable. It has a lot of names. Okay, and this is basically a plastic connector. This is called RJ45 connector. It will be connecting two ends, okay, and this is called patch cord. So this type of cable we need to connect our computer to the switch, or switch to switch, or switch to router. Okay, so this cable, this type of cable, we need to set up our network. So we'll have a look at the next component. Network device and components. We'll have a look now. Patch panel rack. Patch panel rack, what it is? This is basically a cable junction. Okay. So when we set up our network, or when we do cabling for our network, let me give an example. Yes, here. Uh, Users are sitting at the cubicle or desk. Okay, so in front of the desk there will be a box called IO box, input output box. This input output box will be directly connecting to the patch panel. Okay, this patch panel will have a jack panel, and this back side of the jack panel will be connected using the cable, punching machine. Okay, this cable will be permanently laid by the cable vendor. Okay, and here will be our computer. Our computer uh, to the IO box will be using the patch cord. It will be 2 meters, 3 meters. It will depend on the distance. Okay, 2 meters, 3 meters is enough, because at the desk there will be at the front side of the desk there will be IO box. So 2 meters and 3 meters cable will be fine. Okay, so our computer will be connecting to the IO box. Then IO box will be connecting to the patch panel at the jack panel. Uh, this is jack panel. At the front side of the jack panel, there will be a Ethernet type port or RJ45 type port. Okay, so besides jack panel or patch panel, there will be another rack where our switch will be mounted. Switch. So here from here, switch port will be connected to the patch panel port or jack panel port. Okay, and here second user will have the same connectivity. Here will be IO box, input output box, and at the desk there will be a computer will be connecting to the IO box will be connected to the jack panel will be connected to the switch port. Yeah. So this is how we do the cable connectivity. Okay, and these are all components we need for cabling. Okay. Now, let me ask you a question. Question is why we need IO box, jack panel, or patch panel. Okay. So we can directly connect our computer to the switch port. So why we need all these components to connect to do the connectivity between computer and switch? The question, the answer is sometimes you may observe uh, patch patch cord will have a RJ45 connector, and the RJ45 connector will have a notch. This notch can be broken at any time because this is a plastic component. Okay, and when it is broken, then you have to, if you connect by a single cable, means computer to switch, a single cable, then you have to crimp manually. You have to connect the RJ45 plastic connector to the cable manually. Okay, I have to do the hand crimping, and hand crimping is not good at all. Why? Because if you crimp in hand, then there might be a loose connectivity, and you may face some kind of loose connectivity, or you may your internet connection may get disconnected. So in the maximum time we use uh, machine crimping cable. Okay, that is far better. Okay, so if the notch is broken, then immediately we can change this 2 meters or 3 meters patch cord, and immediately my network get restored. Okay, I can use my network. So if there was a single cable which was connecting to the switch, then we had to do the hand crimping to restore the network. Okay, so you got the idea basically, right? So that is why we put iWorks at the user desk, and at the data center, means at the separate room. This is also called data center server room. Okay, so at the server room we install the patch panel. Beside patch panel we keep one more rack. There we install switch router and our network devices. Okay, so this is basically a jack panel, and this jack panel, not a electronics device. Okay, this jack panel will be connected to the patch panel. Okay, and from the IO box, the cable will be terminated at the back side of the jack panel, and on the front side, okay, cable will be connecting to the switch. So this is the back side of the jack panel. Okay, so here different cable is connected by the punching machine. Okay, uh, using punching machine we can connect this cable. Okay, the chrome. Yeah. So this is patch panel. This is our jack panel. Okay, so we'll see the next. This is NIC, Network Interface Card. Network Interface Card, this type of card we used to install at the computer PCI slot. Okay, uh, and nowadays, this NIC, Network Interface Card, comes with the motherboard, and it is inbuilt at the motherboard. Okay, so this is required at the computer side or end user device side to connect the end user device to the switch port. Okay, so this is RJ45 type port, or we can say this is the Ethernet port. Okay, so this port is required to connect our computer to the switch. Okay, this is router. It has a lot of functions, but now I'm not going to tell you any function of the router. Okay, I will discuss later on about the router. This is the router. Just have a look. This is the router. This is SMPS. This is the power on off button. Okay, this is the console port. This is the auxiliary port. This USB port, and this is the flash memory. Okay, so this router is used to terminate the WAN connection. Not only WAN connection, it has a lot of function. I'll talk about that later, and it is doing the packet forwarding. Okay, so that I will talk about later. So let's have a look. This is the just keep in mind this is the router. Okay, and this is 2800 router. Now the next components we'll have a look, that is WAN interface card. WAN interface card with 2T. This card we install at the router, okay, and we can terminate our WAN connection on the interface. This is the interface with 2T. 2T means two terminal. We have a one terminal here, another terminal is here, means two interfaces. Okay, this card we insert into the router, and we can terminate our WAN connection at this interface. This is WAN interface card. And next, this is smart serial cable. The smart serial cable we use to get the WAN serial connection, and one side of the port, uh, serial port will be connected to my local router, another side of the port will be connecting to the remote router. Okay, so smart serial cable could be can be used uh, to get the WAN connectivity. So this serial cable will be connected to the WIC card, WAN interface card. Okay, this is switch. Yeah, this has this switch also has a lot of functions. Okay, and this is it has a Ethernet type of port. There are lots of ports. This is basically a 24 port switch, and there are two uplink ports. Okay, these two are separate, and there are a lot of Cisco switches model. This is basically 2960 switch. Okay, and this switch we use to connect the computer, laptop, printer, IP phone. Okay, so this switch also have a connection to the router. Okay, so PC will be connected to the switch, or end user devices will be connected to the switch port. Then switch will be connected to the router. Then router will be connected WAN, connected to the WAN. Okay, this is how we design our network, and uh, this switch has a lot of functions that I'm not going to tell you now. I'll tell you at the later section. Okay. The next is this is how we do the mounting of switches. Okay, this is the switch which is connected to the rack, and this is the router is connected to the rack. Okay, this is the router is also connected to the rack. So this is how we mount our switch router to the rack, and we can operate these devices from the rack. Okay. So these are all network devices and components, okay, we require to set up our network. This is the minimum requirement. Apart from these devices and components, there are a lot of devices and components out there. You will come to know slowly in in coming in coming days. Okay, in future. So we need to build our network. Okay, so let's have a look how did I build a network. What I did is I have taken computers, couple of computers, and computers. Uh, all computers have Ethernet card, that is the NIC, network interface card. Network interface card is connecting to the switch. Okay, so my all computers are connected to the switch, and this switch is connected to the router. So I set up a network. Now you know this device is called router, this device is called switch, this is the cable, Cat5 cable, or Ethernet cable, or patch cord. It has a lot of names. Okay, um, now computer also connected to the switch using Ethernet cable, and all Ethernet cable has a RJ45 plus connected. Okay, this is the network interface card. So this is how we build our network, and these are all the components we need to set up our network. This is the minimum requirement. Apart from what I say, apart from these components and devices, we have a lot of devices and components that is also be required to set up our network, but this is the minimum requirement. Okay, so slowly you will come to know about all those devices and components. Okay, so now in CCNA, this is basically enough. When you will do CCNP, you will come to know some more components and devices. Okay, so slowly you will come to know lot many devices and components. Okay, yes. So thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day.